Gamers, it's been a fun first week of Act 2, and since it's only going for 3 weeks, I just feel like something needs to be addressed here. I feel like we are just doing Court of Oryx and we're doing Guardian games just to fill in for Act 3 to start, but I'm kind of confused with this whole loot system for the Court of Blades. I just did a whole day of grinding it, streaming it, playing it, just trying to study the loot and being like, what's the purpose of grinding this? Like, is there a purpose to grind the Court of Blades? Are the weapons good? Is it worth it? Now, I did want to get an SMG that had overflow, sword logic, runneth over, so you can get like 142 bullets in a mag. Now, there's other SMGs in the game that are pretty much just as good as this, if not better, but runneth over is just cool. And plus, it's a cool feeling knowing you're grinding for like the shinies because they come with quad perks, and we all know this is just strictly a farming simulator. But before I even get into the loot, you're kind of in a bind. You're already in a 1 in 4 chance of getting a bad roll. And let me tell you why. One, your submachine gun just drops normal with this 3 perks up top. That's just a normal drop, no masterwork, no nothing. So that's loot pool number 1. Loot pool number 2 is 4 perks with runneth over. It's masterworked, it's a shiny, but it's poop loot. Now, since you're doing expert, you get an adept to drop. It has, let's just say you wanted this roll, but guess what? It doesn't have runneth over. So now you have to grind for an adept that has runneth over here and 4 perks. So it's a 1 in 4 chance of getting something decent, and then you have to go into the odds of getting the roll you want. I've been asking people all day in stream, have they got good rolls? Have they got decent rolls? No. So I do a whole run. I kill all 13 bosses. If you run triple microcosm, it melts all the bosses pretty much. Or you could do like triple 1K, pretty much just run some meta builds and you'll kill all 13 bosses with a few minutes left. I noticed sometimes I would only get like 1 weapon to drop at the end for killing all 13 bosses. Then I realized something. When you're in this activity, your Tome of Want completes very quickly. So it's like they want you to pop this in the Court of Blades to get more of these drops. But to me, I feel like that's not fair because you're getting drops from this. You're not getting drops from the activity. You go do Nether, you get spoiled with loot. And now I know you're probably like, Clyde, you're yapping about all these guns that don't even matter. I mean, it's true. You don't need to grind for the bow, because if you just go look at your season pass, the perfect roll for the bow is in here. It's just sitting here with Dragonfly destabilizing, and you even get draw time. So the bow's out. And then we're like, well, why grind the submachine gun when you can? And you're probably asking like, well, Clyde, why grind for this submachine gun when I got like something from Salvation's Edge and I have that crafted? Well, not everybody has the Salvation's Edge Strand SMG, but also this is kind of different because of the runneth over perk, and it does get the overflow, so you can get that 140 bullet magazine. Now I know SMGs aren't that good in endgame. They're only used for certain purposes. There's probably only like 2, the one with kinetic tremors, but the whole purpose is, you move down to the sidearm. You really want the sidearm? Not really. Then moves us to the Psycho Pump. Everyone's grinding for that ambitious rolling storm roll. Again, I haven't even got this to drop. It's a lot of repetitive, same old stuff. I'm not saying that the weighted perks are still a thing, but man, oh man, I feel like it really drops bad combinations just to keep you playing. I know we can't prove that, but I did end up getting the Psycho Adept to drop, and it did have Rolling Storm, but guess what? No runneth over and know what you want. It takes me down to the purpose of what's the point, And I know this doesn't matter because we're like, it's something stupid to not even talk about. You're like, well, Clyde, in 2 weeks, we're not going to be doing this. We're going to be doing Act 3 stuff. It's the point of it's still crap, like why should this stuff be incorporated into the game when it's wasted resources? And I know that's a little rough, but I mean, that's kind of where we're at. We can't just keep putting a band-aid on all the content until something good comes out. Act 3, sure, we're getting those 3 dungeons. We already got a taste on Tuesday. They launched earlier with contest. That's not content. Like, you're going to run them a few times. You're going to help your friends get them. I can stream and I can help people through it a couple times, but it's not actual content. It's for them to test out contest mode and not swap and do other stuff, which is cool. But like, if you're gonna add stuff like this, there needs to be loot incentive. And it always reminds me of, man, when I did Nether, I got a whole bunch of loot. When you're in Nether and you're doing the expert, you're actually running through it, opening chests and defeating the bosses. I felt like my inventory would get full so quick. But with Court of Blades, it's not that. Like, I feel like I get no loot if I don't have this activated. If I don't have Tome of One activated, I feel like I'm not getting much loot. And let's not talk about the repetition that you have to do. Just to level up your vendor, just to level these up. There's not 1 vendor that needs to go to max, but there's 2, This is my second one. I'm a reputation rank 10, and I'm almost at full, almost full on both. But again, when you ask the community to do this and level this up, boy, oh boy, do we miss that Golgi cheese where we could just go in there and just get our rep all the way to max, because you need to get to 12 just for the exotic SMG. Again, to me, I feel like the loot is lackluster. And I know this might not be a big deal to people. It's just that I just want to see everything do good for this game. I don't want people to sign on and go, what's the point of grinding that activity? I don't need any loot from it, because it's true. Come Frontiers, we're going to be switching over to all new loot. So all the stuff that you're farming right now probably doesn't make sense. You just want the game to do good. So everybody in the community is doing good. Everyone's having a good time, and we get that mojo back that we've always loved and played Destiny for the last 10 years. You know, just getting that feeling back of like, man, I got that thing to drop. It's a good feeling, you know. All I wanted to yap is for the loot. See how you guys felt on the Court of Blades. Is it worth doing? Is it not? But I really feel like they could have switched the system up. Hopefully this implements in future content and this doesn't happen again, because again, I just feel like the weighted perk era has been hitting us hard. I don't think it's fixed, and I feel like they're just putting stuff in the game to encourage us to not get what we want. I don't say I want crafting, because I hate crafting. I don't want to be able to craft certain weapons. I just want to have fun while I'm grinding the weapons. Another reason why this is important, when we're farming right of the 9 and we're doing those dungeons and we're being able to focus those weapons that they showed us in the Vidoc, what if we'd run into the same issue here? And we just feel like the RNG of getting what you want and shinies or not shinies just isn't there. It's just gonna kill the vibe. Thanks for listening to my yap session. Oh wait,
Yo,
what?
I got it.
What do you mean you got it?
Inspect.
Should we tell him?
Should we tell him what?
What a fucking bozo! Wrong perk, idiot.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. God damn it.
Nice one, dumbass.
Nah, fuck this game. I'm out.
Sword logic, buddy.
Nah, you don't want sword logic on it, actually.
Dude, the excitement, the fucking excitement of him getting it. Yo, I shit on that parade. Doesn't pay attention to the sponsorship because they're like, hold on a second, I just got a shiny mirror and I'll shove it up my ass right now. I'll shove this up my ass right now. Literally, no lube, sideways. What am I looking at? It's the first one today and it's dog shit. Anyways,